Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back with the best bets for UFC Vegas 94. This card is taking place in Day Night Dungeon this week, and I'm honestly not really looking forward to it all that much. I barely have any motivation to do the best bets for this week on this card's like pretty mid. That's me being like honest with you guys. There's like a couple of good fights in this card. I mean, Du Hui Choi, LGO versus is probably gonna be a good matchup. Steve Garcia versus Choi is gonna be a good matchup. I mean, there's like Emil versus Lee probably gonna be another good matchup. But other than that, I mean, there's really not that many fights in this card. They're like jumping off the page. Let's talk about last week, man. We hit the lock of the week again, second time in a row. But John Silva came through for us big time. He was even money lock over dude over. I told you guys he's really that dude, man. I told you guys. I know most people were on my side last week with John Silva. They know most people knew that John Silva is that guy, but I guess people that really didn't know much about him, they found out that this guy's legit as they come, right? So yeah, I'm gonna get those fighting nerd glasses. I mean, I just put some tape on this right now, so like I mean these don't really look anything like fighting nerds. So I'll get one of those glasses from maybe like from Amazon. I'll probably just make my own. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get those shades soon, fighting nerds shades. I mean, let's talk about next week, guys. This week's lock of the week is gonna be. This is a really tricky card. I'm telling you guys that right now, and there's a lot of closely lined fights in this card. Lock of the week for UFC Vegas 94 is gonna be Du Ho Choi, man. I'm taking Du Ho Choi. I really believe this guy can get it done. He looked really good. Came back after a huge layoff, and looked really good. I mean, he looked really good in that. Let me take my glasses off now. Yeah, he looked pretty good in that Cal Nelson fight, man. Cal Nelson's got some power. I think Cal Nelson's got more power than Bill Algeo. Bill Algeo is tricky. He uses his height and reach to is like really tricky to get timing on, but I do feel like Du Ho Choi can rip those leg kicks and land some body kicks, land some counters. And his takedown defense, I think, is solid enough. I mean, he does get taken down, but he's normally like constantly working his way back up. He was getting taken down in that Cal Nelson fight. He was able to get some reversals in that fight, land on top position. He should be coming off a win right now. That was a win for him. I still thought he won the fight, even though like they took a point from Du Ho Choi because he headbutted Kyle Nelson in that third round. I still thought he was in total control of that fight. I still thought he should have won that fight 28-28. But they ended up scoring that a draw. So he came back, looked really good after a huge layoff. But so I expect him to look even better in this fight. I don't think he's taking a lot of chances out. I know he's been knocked out a couple of times, but that's because he was like younger in his career. So I think if he looks as good as he did in that Kyle Nelson fight, I think he beats BLG. I really do believe that. But he's a plus 140 underdog, man. So not a lot of people think he has a chance, but I really do feel like he can get this one done. All right, guys, let's talk about the best bets now. So that's my lock of the week. Du Ho Choi for lock of the week for UFC Vegas 94. Let's talk about the best bets now, guys. First best bet on the card is gonna be Cody Gibson inside the distance. I really feel like he can get the finish here. Kelleher is like alright. I mean, he's like okay. I mean, but I just don't like the way he's been looking out there recently. He's been getting finished in the first round, so that's never a good sign. I think he's way out of his prime. I mean, Gibson's not really the youngest guy out there, but I still think he's got something left. I'm gonna go Gibson by finish here, plus 120 for Gibson by finish. Next best bet on the card is gonna be Muhammad Usman. So the only thing I'm worried about Muhammad Usman is I think he probably should just strike with this guy. I think he's a better striker. He's got more power on the feet. Peterson's like a mid-level wrestler. I mean, he's okay even for one out of six on his takedowns in that Jamal Pogues fight. Like his takedowns look pretty terrible. I think Usman. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about Usman is he wasn't attempting takedowns in a Mick Perkins fight. Mick Perkins is levels above a guy like Peterson. I really do believe that. I think this is a good bounce back spot for Muhammad Usman here. And minus 130 lines is honestly not terrible for Muhammad Usman. I think he can land some powerful shots out there, steal the rounds, maybe get a finish or something. I could see that happening if his takedown defense holds up. No one's really attempted to take down Muhammad Usman, so I'm not really sure how his technique is gonna look. But I feel like he could probably keep it on the feet. land some big shots on Peterson, and it's gonna probably gonna be a really sloppy fight. I think Muhammad Usman gets it done. All right, guys. Next best bet on the card is gonna be Steve Garcia, man. Steve Garcia. I think Steve Garcia's got this, man. This is gonna be a crazy fight because Sung Hoo Choi. I mean, that dude, like, he's got some phenomenal striking too. The guy's like not a bum right on the feet. He's a dangerous guy, but the way Sung Hoo Choi fights, I mean, I think it favors Garcia here. I think it favors his stand and bang style. I mean, these guys are both gonna go to war, and I like being on the Steve Garcia side. I think he's got more pop on his punches, more power, and he can recover better. I think he's got better recovery than Sung Hoo Choi. So give me Steve Garcia here as the by finish. I mean, plus 100. The money line is honestly not terrible. I'm on the money line, Steve Garcia. I got him at minus 140. The line hasn't really gone anywhere, so that's kind of like throwing me off just a bit. But I do feel like Steve Garcia's got this, man. Finish for Steve Garcia plus 100. Honestly, not bad. The KO, I mean, I think the KO is how he's going to finish the fight, but you might as well take the finish at plus 100 than taking the KO at plus 120 because the number is really similar. Imagine he goes out and drops Sangwoo Choi, then gets a submission. I mean, he was looking for submissions over Acosta, right? He was like looking for the rear naked choke over Acosta. But Costa's like was still defending that submission, right? So I think it's gonna be a KO, but might as well take the finish for Garcia here. All right, guys. Next best bet on the card is gonna be Diony Barboza. So I am picking Maverick here to win this fight. I think he's gonna win 29-28. I think Barboza is definitely a live underdog. Yeah, I really do believe that, man. I think Barboza's like she's really strong and physical for this weight class, and she's gonna have a huge height and reach advantage. I think she's gonna have the physicality advantage here. The only thing I don't favor Barboza is the cardio, the gas tank, the pacing of a fight. She's not really that doesn't throw a lot of high volume out there. I think Maverick's gonna win this fight in the later second round, third round. But I feel like Barboza is gonna get some takedowns early. Maybe win the first round. So Barboza plus 2.5, minus 145 is gonna be the fourth best bet on the card. All right, guys, let's talk about the next best bet on the card. It's gonna be Luana Carolina minus 115. So if you guys are members on the channel, we got Carolina at plus 110. I was like, she's gonna win this fight, man. I mean, her line opened up at 2-1. A lot of money came in Purilova, I guess. I don't know. I guess because of wrestling, I mean. But I feel like Carolina is gonna be. She just knows how to win these decisions. I mean, and Lupi Godinez is a way better wrestler than like Purilova, and she was able to like Carolina was able to get that one done. She's just throws a lot of volume out there. I mean, I compare her to like a fighter like Victor Altamirano or like Ricky Tercios. I mean, these guys don't have any takedown defense, but they're like constantly making you work, constantly getting up to their feet over and over and over, and you're just getting exhausted trying to take them down over and over and over. I think Carolina's gonna be able to land a crazy volume out there. So he's always staying busy, always landing output out there. I think Carolina's she's gonna get this one done by close, maybe split decision. It's gonna be a close fight, but I think Carolina gets it done. Minus 115 now. The line's it hasn't gone that far, but minus 115 is honestly not terrible for Carolina. I think it's gonna be decision. I mean, I know she got a finish over Stoliarenko. Stoliarenko was really tired. I think Puilova's gas tank is gonna be much better than Stoliarenko. I think Carolina wins by decision here, but money line's not terrible. All right, guys, let's talk about the parlays now. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video, subscribe, guys, if you guys are new to the content. And also drop your parlays, drop your lock of the week on this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear back who you guys like for the lock of the week this week, or let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my lock of the week this week. Let's talk about the parlays now, guys. The parlays for this card, I got a couple of parlays that I like on this card. Gibson moneyline fight goes the distance, and Maverick and Barboza. I think that fight's gonna go the distance. They're both pretty tough, and Maverick's not really much of a finisher. I know she got a finish in the third round, but that girl, well, I can't even remember her name right now. She can't really grapple. I mean, Barboza is a pretty good grappler, so I think it's gonna go the distance. And I think Gibson, and that's plus 101. I think that's pretty safe for this card. That's probably one of the safest parlays on this card that I can make for you guys. All right, guys, the over 2.5 in the second parlay that I like is the over 2.5 in the Carolina versus Puitilova fight. Take the over 2.5 in the Maverick versus Barboza fight and Gibson money line plus 141. I actually like that one too. I think that's both those fights are gonna go this, and I think Gibson's gonna win That's pretty safe. I think plus 141. This one's a little bit risky. I mean, Carolina and Gibson plus 178. I think they're both gonna win, so I like that parlay too. Garcia, Gibson, Usman, I think plus 341. This one's kind of risky, but if Usman wins, I think these other two guys are gonna win for sure. I'm confident Garcia. I'm confident Gibson. Also, I'm confident with Muhammad Usman too. But it's just like his games, like there's still a lot of holes in his game. So hopefully he looks better this time. He's out there training with pretty high level guys out there. And let's talk about the last the chalk like the DGen parlay. We hit a couple of DGen parlays the last like in the last month or so. We hit at least like three or four that I can remember off the top of my head. We got Carolina, Garcia, and Choi. I mean, my lock of the week, Duho Choi, plus 658. Man, that's honestly not bad. Plus 658. If my lock of the week comes through, which I think he's gonna win that fight as long as doesn't get reckless out there. I mean, he does take a lot of risk out there, man. Duho Cho is a guy that's going to be willing to just stand and bank sometimes, but I feel like he's being more patient right now. If you go watch his last fight, he's being more patient out there, not really being reckless as he used to be. So there you go, guys. Those are my best bets, my lock of the week, my parlays for this for the UFC Dungeon 94, UFC Dana Dungeon. I mean Vegas 94. But yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. There you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Not the breakdown. I mean the best bets. And I'll see you guys later, man. Take it easy. I'll be live for this for the full card this Saturday. So make sure you guys come hang out with your boy. We always have a fun time watching fights. And sweating some bets on the live stream. So I'll see you guys there, man. Take it easy, guys. Later.